What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video I will be reviewing chapter 58 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Now this chapter started off with Naruto giving Boruto the pills that Amato gave him, and he told Boruto that it could slow down the Otsutsukification, even though it was created for the purpose of weakening the Byakugan, but it might stop the Otsutsukification, or at least slow it down. But it most likely is not going to stop the progress that already occurred, the Otsutsukification that already occurred. It's not going to stop that, but it could possibly slow the process down. And Boruto instantly took the pill right after Naruto said, hey, you got to think it through, though, because there is a risk, there is a chance that you could die. And yeah, Boruto just took the pill right away, and Naruto got kind of mad at him, and he was kind of shocked a little bit. And he was like, hey, I told you you got to think about it first. But Boruto was like, I've already, basically thought about, he already resolved himself to do whatever it took to stop Momoshiki from taking over. And he already, you could just tell that he's willing to do anything for it. So that was cool. And then the rest of the episode was, the rest of the chapter was the fighting between, well, it started off as a sparring match between the members of Team 7. Konohamaru and Naruto was watching the sparring match. Well, actually, they started off trying to practice or train to get stronger, and they were initially starting off with Sarada's method, which was just to stand around or, sit in a circle and gather chakra or whatever, and, go over the basics. And Kawaki was like, this is not sufficient to take out Code. And he's hyping up Code a lot, saying that how many years is it going to take for us to get to that level where we can beat Code? 5, 10? Like, he's really hyping Code up a lot. And he's basically trying to say that Code is so far above them that no amount of training they do would do anything. And Boruto told him, hey, well, that's why we're training, because at least we can get a little bit stronger. And then Kawaki, he wanted to do things his way, and he wanted to do things Jigen's way, of like how Jigen trained. Even though Kawaki didn't like it, it did make him stronger. And yeah, so he wanted to try that method out, which was to train through actual combat. And yeah, first he tried to attack Mitsuki, and then he said Mitsuki got some good reflexes or something like that, because Mitsuki stopped his body modifications with his arm. Now, keep in mind, Kawaki said that this is just training. Nobody's going to get killed. So you can't use anything that happened in this little training, combat training scenario. You can't use anything that happened here as a way to power skill other characters. You just can't do it, because Kawaki clearly wasn't trying to kill anybody. He literally said nobody's going to die, meaning he had no killer intent at all. But he was, so then he took that out. He took his body modification. He basically turned his arm back to normal, or how like he takes his body modifications. His arm out of his body modifications. And then he tried to attack Mitsuki again. Mitsuki jumped. And then he went to attack Sarada, and he told her to stop whining and just come at him. And then Sarada jumped. She dodged his hit. And then she hit him. She used a fireball jutsu. Kawaki blocked it with his body modifications. And then she threw some shuriken at him, but it turned out to be a shadow clone. He tricked her with a shadow clone, and then he came up behind her and he almost got her. He almost hit her, and then Boruto jumped in the way to stop Kawaki. He was like, hey, what do you think you're doing? And yeah, you could tell like Boruto was getting mad at. It was just a cool moment overall, especially for Boruto Sarada fans. That was a little cool moment. Boruto protecting Sarada, and then they made an agreement, Kawaki and Boruto, that they would have a little sparring fight, and if Boruto won, if Kawaki won, they can continue to train through actual combat like Kawaki wants them to do. But Boruto won, they don't have to do that anymore. And I'm assuming they're going to go back to the training with Sarada, how Sarada was trying to, lead their training. And yeah, so they had a little sparring fight, and Boruto used Shadow Clone Jutsus as usual, and Kawaki, attacked with his body modifications as usual. And then Kawaki shot his body modification blast at Boruto. Boruto absorbed it. And then Boruto shot his lightning style jutsu. I believe it's called Thunderclap Arrow. He shot that at Kawaki, and Kawaki tried to absorb it, and he couldn't because he doesn't have the karma anymore. Doesn't have the karma seal anymore, and he subconsciously tried to absorb it. So yeah, so it was cool seeing that. That's something I figured would happen because this is Kawaki's first, he technically did fight Ishiki without the karma seal, but that didn't really last long. That wasn't really much of a fight. He kind of just tricked him with a shadow clone. But yeah, he came to the conclusion that he might have been getting too used to the karma seal and too reliant on the power of the karma seal, which I disagree with, because although he did use the karma seal a lot and he was very skilled at it, he's ever since we've seen him, he's always used his body modifications a lot as well. He wasn't just only using the karma seal. So yeah, but it was kind of like an instinct type of thing where he's so used to being able to absorb jutsu, but now he can't do it anymore. He's so used to being able to absorb jutsu and chakra, but now he can't do it anymore. So I think that was a nice little touch to show. First of all, it made logical sense. It was cool seeing that, and Kawaki's gonna have to change up his fighting style and stop having to. He's gonna have to remember that he can't absorb jutsu anymore. So that was cool. It's also cool seeing that Boruto's getting more skill with the karma seal as well. He's just being able to absorb jutsu like it's nothing. And back when Kawaki first came into the village, Kawaki had to power up his karma seal to help Boruto power up his karma seal. But now Boruto is he's basically almost got mastery over the karma seal. Now it'll be cool it'll be cool if we see him do some stuff like Kawaki, like create some huge explosions and blast and stuff with his karma seal, because the way that Kawaki is hyping up code, Boruto's going to need to get a lot stronger, and he can't possibly do some of those huge blasts that Kawaki did with his karma seal. He could possibly learn how to do a couple of those techniques, because right now it doesn't seem like he has full mastery over the karma seal like how Kawaki did. So yeah, so back when Kawaki had the karma seal, he was able to go open portals by himself, power up the karma seal by himself, do the huge explosions, and plus absorb chakra and all that. Yeah, Boruto, he's not at that level yet of mastery with the karma seal. But yeah, it was just amazing seeing the training overall throughout this chapter. And one of my favorite pieces of dialogue in the chapter was Boruto was like, you don't have to carry it all on your own anymore. We're your friends, basically. He said something along those lines. And that was just really, really cool piece of dialogue. And he basically was saying, I know what you're thinking, which is actually, yeah, that's what he said. He said before that, he said, I know what you're thinking, more or less, or I basically know what you're thinking now, in comparison to when we first met. And that line right there, that's very similar to what Sasuke and Naruto was talking about in the Final Valley back in part 1. That when two ninjas are skilled enough or something like that, they can read each other's minds or something like that, know what you're thinking. And it's more so not just that, but also the more time you spend with somebody, especially fighting with somebody, whether you're fighting alongside them on the same team against enemies or, fighting against them, you start to learn their movements and stuff like that. So, yeah, so that was cool. And especially the line with with Boruto saying, you can depend on us too because we're your friends. He said something along those lines. So that was really cool, and showing that once again, showing the bond and how much their bond has grown between Kawaki and Team 7. Sarada, Mitsuki, Boruto, they're all his friends. Boruto's more like his brother, and Sarada and Mitsuki is like his friends. But Boruto said they're all his friends, so Kawaki can rely on them now. And then at the end of the chapter, Naruto is pretty much just saying, yeah, get stronger, guys, or I believe in you, something along those lines. But yeah, so overall, another fantastic chapter. This was way better than last month's chapter 57. because that chapter was more so just, it did a great job at establishing the character, the new character that was introduced, and giving some characterization to that character and establishing the goals and setting up the partnership between her and Code. But, you know, that chapter was mostly just talking, pretty much. This chapter, it was great. Like, I mean, we had some great dialogue and some great action, some great training. It was cool to see Team 7 training. It was just cool overall. And also the chapter started off with a freaking fantastic cover page with pretty much Boruto, Sarda, and then Chocho, Shukadai, and Inojin, along with Kawaki, Ko, and a couple other card members like Amato or former card members. And then you also had Naruto and Sasuke. So it was a cool cover page, and yeah. So it's kind of funny to me that Dinky Iwabe and like a lot of Boruto's classmates who were pretty significant characters in the anime, they're not really present at all in the manga. Metal Lee, I think Metal Lee appeared like one time or something like that, but he hasn't been in the manga at all, really. So, and so yeah, that's just kind of funny to me. So I'm curious to see what the anime is going to do with that when we start getting into this stuff, because those characters were pretty important characters throughout that. I mean, they were like, they were commonly shown characters. They were pretty, you know, somewhat significant characters, at least for side characters in the anime. And so I'm wondering what they're going to do with those characters once the anime gets to this stuff. But, you know, who knows? But anyways, with that being said, yeah, a fantastic chapter, 10 out of 10. Just amazing overall. Great artwork, great cover page, great story. You know, great at progressing the story and progressing the plot. And cool action. And like I said, cool dialogue. So yeah, overall 10 out of 10, fantastic chapter. One of my favorite chapters of Boruto in a very, very long time. So yeah, fantastic chapter. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And if you like the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that channel notification bell to be notified on all my future videos. And drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video and of the chapter. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Every promise I've been praying for.